On this Northshore News, we'll look back at the Hammond Air Show and find out more about new gun laws in Louisiana. Northshore News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Northshore News. I'm Carson Frio.
And I'm Ian Nicole.
A deadly tornado ripped across Slidell and parts of St. Tammany Parish, causing damage throughout the area. The EF1 tornado touched down in Slidell at 10 a.m. with winds blowing as high as 140 miles per hour. The tornado then made its way northeast, leaving a path of destruction throughout the parish. Several buildings were severely damaged, in addition to downed trees and power lines throughout the area. Some say this damage is some of the worst that they have seen in Slidell, but police say there were only minor injuries and no deaths were reported during the storm. Police will be patrolling the areas affected by the tornado to make sure that no looting takes place at the affected homes and businesses.
A brand new gun law was recently enacted in the state of Louisiana. Governor Jeff Landry has signed Senate Bill 1, which changes the current concealed carry law and allows any law-abiding citizen ages 18 and above to now conceal carry without a permit. While Louisiana has always been an open carry state, the law has raised a few concerns. We talked to Chief Michael Beckner of the University Police about how this new law will affect Southeastern.
Our campus is still a gun-free zone, so visitors that come on our campus, where the law says they have a constitutional right to carry, that doesn't apply to a campus based on the state laws. Makes our campus safer. Students can go to class and have free debate and discussions without any fears that they may have. As you know, Second Amendment is very high charged on both sides. It just kind of keeps the university out of that debate.
The new law takes effect in July of this year.
Governor Jeff Landry announced his plans to revise the state budget. The budget proposes increased funding to certain state functions while cutting back on funding for others. Most notably, the budget increases funding to the Department of Public Safety and Corrections by slashing spending for the Department of Family Services. Maxwell Sajid has more.
The Department of Family Services funds domestic abuse shelters across the state. Kimberly Kirby is the director of one such shelter founded in Mandeville in 1991, called Safe Harbor. Kirby asked me not to disclose or film the location of the shelter for the safety of those staying. The only way to contact the shelter is via phone call, due to the possibility of stalking by email or Facebook Messenger. Safe Harbor serves all of St. Tammany and Washington Parish, so availability in the shelter is often spread thin. According to Kirby, Louisiana's 17 different programs often have to work together due to lack of capacity.
We coordinate. Sometimes we may not have availability in our shelter, but a sister program may, and they, will accept the person from St. Tammany, vice versa. In those cases, we try to locate another safe shelter that has availability. Many times there is no availability in the state. There are no additional shelter beds. In those cases, we would try to find another safe location. We have had to use hotels.
A lack of funding is nothing new to Kirby. That's why the shelter relies on a combination of state grants plus private donations and fundraising.
We are hopeful, and we try everything we can to come up with the funding. Domestic violence programs are well known for stretching a dollar further than any other place you can stretch it.
She hopes that the Landry administration will hear reason, but should the budget go unchanged, the effects would certainly be felt by those who rely on shelters like Safe Harbor. In the previous year, they had planned to use a grant from the state to expand the quantity of beds, as well as open a much-needed secondary location in Bogalusa.
All the domestic violence programs in the state serve 14,000 victims annually, and we have over 2,600 requests for shelter that go unmet each year due to the lack of shelter beds and resources.
Considering there are only 17 programs between all 64 parishes, and the state with the 5th highest femicide rate in the nation, Hammond's program alone serves 4 parishes, and programs like them don't just provide beds, they provide vital community assistance.
All of our services are free and confidential, and there is no income eligibility in order to receive our services. So many times we are providing transportation to another location out of state, to another safe place. We're purchasing bus tickets. We provide all the food, all the medication, anything that someone needs when they come into shelter.
And Safe Harbor will continue to exist, regardless if the budget is revised or not. The only question is how many people will feel the effects of austerity.
We provide life-saving services that create healthy communities, and so without that, the communities aren't safe. So,
from Northshore News, I'm Maxwell Sajid.
A few legislators disagree with the decision to remove funding. And after much pushback, the $7 million were brought back into the budget for the domestic violence shelter, marking a victory for lawmakers like Regina Barrow, who made it her goal to reinstate the funding.
A proposal to make panhandling on any public street a state crime cleared a House panel. House Bill 97 was filed by Representative Dixon McMakin as part of an initiative to improve pedestrian and motorist safety in Louisiana. Panhandling and solicitation are banned on interstate highways, off-ramps, and on-ramps. House Bill 97 would also make it illegal on public streets. However, criminal justice advocates oppose the bill in fear that it could create a state overreach for an issue that is being handled by local law enforcement already. Currently, the bill remains on Governor Landry's desk, awaiting approval or veto. The bill faces additional pushback from the city of New Orleans since they are attempting to handle the homeless problem by giving housing to the homeless. Should the bill be signed into a law, offenders will face a fine and up to 6 months in prison. On March 15th, North Oaks Health System, along with Children's Hospital New Orleans, held a joint ribbon-cutting ceremony to celebrate the opening of the North Oaks Park Pediatric Specialty Clinic. The clinic is a joint venture between the two hospitals and will offer specialized care in a number of areas, including immunology, neurology, orthopedics, plastic surgery, and more.
This is about bringing expert pediatric care closer to home for the families in Northshore. So Children's Hospital New Orleans, we've had an amazing partnership with North Oaks Health System. Now we're bringing it even closer together, bringing care closer to home for the families of the North Shore. We're going to have some of our top specialists out here serving kids right in their community.
The new clinic will be staffed by pediatric professionals from Children's Hospital, some of whom will be able to perform surgeries at North Oaks Medical Center and North Oaks Surgery Center. The clinic is located at 15742 Medical Arts Drive in the Medical Arts Plaza in Hammond.
The Hammond Regional Air Show added brand new acts to their annual event this past October. The air show included acts such as the Third Strike Wing Walkers, the Firewalkers International Pyro Team, and a recreation of the Vietnam Wall, along with other attractions.
Today, hopefully, we will get up. We will do a variety of performances today. Our first wing walk is going to be with 2 wing walkers on each wing. And our second presentation will be all about me doing acro in the sky while I'm wing walking. And right out of the gate, we're going to send Joe up, one of our wing walkers that will be appearing in the second act. We're going to send him up to do a solo just to display the flight characteristics of the aircraft all by himself. I take off literally right on the very wing that I'm sitting on right now. And when we gain a little bit of altitude, the pilot will give me the nod to secure down, I'll lock down, then we'll start doing aerobatic maneuvers. So our first maneuver will be a loop, then straight into a nice hammerhead. Then after that, he's going to give me another nod, release me, I will move across this very wing up into the wing walking stanchion. Then we will do some more aerobatics, and those will be followed by freestyle passes, which are my favorite to do.
Also with the new acts, the air show included the A-10 Warthog demonstration team, a Soviet-designed MiG-17F jet, and a C-130 transport aircraft. The air show returned to Hammond in 2018 after nearly 25 years. The 2023 event drew an estimated crowd of approximately 25,000 daily visitors.
And I hope that people that come to the air show, that they also know that they don't have to have a family that flies, they don't have to have any of those stuff, they just need to have an interest in flying. And if they have an interest, if we can inspire people to fly, they can go to flight schools, they can go to the military, they can become a pilot, or they can become a mechanic, or many other aviation related, or a wing walker. They can become a wing walker too, but there's so many aviation careers that they can do, and there's such a demand right now.
The next Hammond Air Show will take place in 2025. For those interested in attending or even volunteering for the event, visit tickets.hammondairshow.com.
A man who started a nonprofit organization to fly cancer patients to treatment centers was also part of the Hammond Air Show. Reporter Eric Brignac brings us the story of this special cause and how one man is making a huge difference in the lives of families throughout the area.
After experiencing tragedy within the family, Rusty Laverne has landed his organization, the Flying Wings of Louisiana, on the tarmac to raise awareness and offer a helping hand to cancer patients.
What we did is we established a 501c3 first for the nonprofit, and then we personally purchased a plane to do the mission with. So we got the word out to people that needed transportation. They can call or they can go to our webpage and apply online for a mission to St. Jude or MD Anderson.
All donations that Rusty's organization receives all funds an aircraft's fueling and maintenance checks, resulting in patients' flights being free of charge.
But volunteer pilots, that's what they bring to the table. Their aircraft, their knowledge, their experience, and their willingness to help out. Kind of, to give back. So that's the kind of person we're looking for.
When you go to an air show, you see a variety of aircraft, but this airplane, it's special. It is being raffled off by the Flying Wings of Louisiana. They are dedicated to flying cancer patients to their hospital destinations to ensure that their passengers never fly solo. With Rusty's backstory and passion fueling his drive to help, the organization and its efforts to help patients go above and beyond. This is Eric Brednick reporting for Northshore News.
For those interested in helping Mr. Laverne's cause or to purchase a raffle ticket, visit www.flyingwingsoflouisiana.org. Coming up after the break, we will look at what Southeastern is doing to monitor the health of Lake Maurepas. We will also check in on the status of Southeastern's famous Friendship Oak. We'll be right back.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. His real name is Darion, and we call him Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's affection, attention, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. The craziest thing was believing that your dad knew everything. So as a dad, you felt like you had to know everything. You had to get everything right. It's okay to make mistakes. Just do it from the right place. As long as it's coming from love, then, it kind of starts to work itself out. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job. I'll say my kid's pretty dope.
Welcome back. Southeastern Louisiana University deployed 4 buoys to analyze the Lake Maurepas ecosystem as part of its effort to monitor lake conditions prior to a possible effort by the Air Products Corporation to construct carbon capture facility in the area. Stephen Dodolo brings us more information on this story.
Southeastern Louisiana University deployed 4 buoys for the independent scientific monitoring of the Lake Maurepas ecosystem as part of its Memorandum of Understanding with the federal government and with Air Products work on its Louisiana Clean Energy Complex. The 4 buoys are positioned strategically to help monitor real-time data of the water temperature, dissolved oxygen, pH carbon dioxide, and turbidity, while one of the buoys will be fitted to monitor the local weather. As part of this initiative, Southeastern will also be responsible in examining the local fish health, alligator nesting sites, sediment levels, physiological stress on the ecosystem, planting 2,000 trees, and more. Southeastern has stated that they aspire to be transparent with the project and as such have released all of their data online to the public. Time will only tell how much the ecosystem will change as Southeastern stays vigilant monitoring Lake Maurepas going forward.
To stay up to date with the findings in Lake Maurepas, go to www.southeastern.edu/Lake Maurepas.
On November 2nd, Good Morning America star and Southeastern alumnus Robin Roberts participated in the official groundbreaking ceremony of the new Robin Roberts Broadcast Media Center that is part of an overall renovation of D. Vickers Hall. Roberts celebrated the official start of the construction of the new center, along with the $40 million renovation of D. Vickers Hall, which was damaged during Hurricane Ida. The new media center will feature 3 studios, a newsroom, a multimedia studio, and a film studio. Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards was also present at the ceremony. Roberts also gave a speech about what Southeastern means to her and spoke to students and faculty.
We all want to pour into you, but you've got to want it too. And you've got to be willing to do the work and not to look at anything as an excuse for why you cannot. Find a reason, find a way. Everybody has found it. You are not going to be the first person not to realize what it is that you want to do.
Southeastern President William Wainwright said that the new facility was long overdue and will provide modern instructional opportunities to students. In addition to the 3 broadcast media studios being added to the new building, the facility will also include 104 offices, 27 classrooms, 2 100-seat lecture rooms, 5 computer labs, and 4 English and language labs.
Despite rumors, there are no official plans to remove Southeastern's iconic Friendship Oak. There are, however, ongoing efforts to address problems caused by certain environmental conditions. Northshore News reporter Stephen Dodolo talked to one of the experts actively working to save this treasured landmark.
At the heart of Southeastern stands an enduring symbol of love and friendship. Friendship Oak has been standing for over 150 years, but recently has fallen ill. Students have taken notice of the tree's barren branches.
I remember my first semester here, and we were told to go hold hands at Friendship Circle to know, it's like good luck, straight A's sort of thing. And all the other live oaks around campus are beautiful. And knowing that this one isn't going to be here for much longer, it sucks.
Luckily, there are a few experts working on helping to restore the tree's health. One expert's name is Dr. Malcolm Guidry, and he believes the culprit for declining health is stress.
The stress of the tree has to do with moisture, too much moisture in the soil, saturating the soil, filling the air spaces between the pores of the soil, displacing the air in the soil, and roots breathe. And so they can't respire. So a root that can't respire ceases to function.
Because of these problems, SOU has been implementing measures to help reverse the stress. Many such measures include blowing air into the soil, updating the drainage, moving sidewalks away from the tree, and more.
I think we've done the right thing. I think we've done the best that could have been done. And now it's kind of a waiting game. We did what we felt really needed to be done, and now it's up to the tree.
Now, according to Dr. Guidry's expertise, the only thing that remains is to be patient moving forward as our dying tree recovers. For Northshore News, I'm Stephen Dodolo.
A recent official statement from Southeastern confirms that the university has been monitoring the health of Friendship Oak and is working on solutions to strengthen its overall condition, adding, "We will continue to do so and have no intention to remove it." Coming up, reporter Gabby Davis offers some perspective from the graduating class of 2024.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Food can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement and at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
The class of 2024 prepares for one of the most exciting moments of their lives.
I'm very excited.
I am excited, yes. Excited is an understatement.
Students reflect on not only their most memorable moments, but also the stress that college can bring.
The challenges, I would say, is having to balance everything like life and school at the same time.
Definitely procrastination is a big one. My whole goal was to stay ahead in everything. Can't seem to do that. Not a real strength of mine.
Time management. Having a good time management, because things can get out of hand really quick if you are not organized. So being organized has helped me a lot.
Recently, Southeastern has seen a rise in undergraduate enrollment by 2%. A couple of students shared their advice that they have for incoming freshmen.
My advice would be, I say just be yourself and be organized. You have to be, because it could get stressful real quick.
Incoming freshmen, so this is the advice I give to everybody that I talk to. Definitely stay ahead. Try and stay, a few assignments ahead. Don't wait till the last minute. That is the worst thing you could possibly do.
Commencement takes place Saturday, May 11th at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. in the University Center. With Northshore News, I'm Gabby Davis.
For those interested in attending the commencement ceremony, visit www.southeastern.edu/commencement.
Coming up after the break, we'll learn about how visitors to the Ponchatoula Strawberry Festival were able to learn more about Southeastern's welding program. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Northshore News. Southeastern Louisiana University partnered with the American Welding Society to promote the idea of welding as a career option, marking the first appearance of this special exhibit in the Gulf Coast region. The 53-foot trailer provided a unique learning experience with hands-on exhibits to help visitors explore the welding industry. High schools in the area were also invited to take an early tour of the exhibit before it was opened to the public. The exhibit was visited by about 400,000 people throughout the festival weekend. For more information about the exhibit, visit www.aws.org.
Southeastern's largest fundraising event, Chef's Evening, took place on Sunday, March 24th. The event featured the city's best chefs and bakers for a unique culinary experience, all in one place. Guests had the opportunity to sample the cuisine, drink tasty cocktails, and bid on items in a silent auction. Over 30 businesses took part in the fundraiser. All the funds raised during the event provide support for student scholarships and academic programs at Southeastern, as well as creating awareness for the small businesses that take part in the fundraiser.
And that's all the time that we have for this episode of Northshore News. You can visit www.thesoutheasternchannel.com for more news on the North Shore, or tune in for our next episode. I'm Carson Frio.
And I'm Ian Nicol. Thanks for watching.